Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Alpha 3.13.1 is now out on OpenPTU. The patch is preparing for Fleet Week at the end of May, and there has been some server and database maintenance as well that's gone on. This is in part to try and solve some of the instability and crashing issues that 3.13 has suffered from, and this PTU does seem pretty stable currently from what I've seen. Hopefully those issues are now mostly solved. There is a reasonable amount of other stuff going on with this patch as well. There is a new Arena Commander mode, 1v1 duel, and this is potentially here to give something for competitive PvPers to do. If they do a leaderboard for this, that's a good sort of leaderboard, that's something that people want to get involved with, then I actually suspect it will be pretty fun, and a few people might actually flock to this or play this semi-regularly. It may start to take some of the pressure off the persistent universe to have to cater for PvPers in the short term, even though they do need to cater for PvPers properly in the persistent universe. We had a PvE bounty update as well, making it a bit more in line with PvP bounties. PvE bounties will no longer sort of drop quantum travel beacons directly to the target, so you'll have to basically go nearby and then travel conventionally to the target. Short term, this is actually quite lame. It makes it harder to chain bounty missions and do them quickly, just kind of adding travel time for the sake of it. However, longer term it's sensible as they want to have everything standardized. I hope it's not the case of let's balance the economy and the missions by nerfing PvE bounty hunting a bit. That would be a bit meh. Oddly, not mentioned in the patch notes are two other features. Ship-to-station docking, allowing your larger ships like the Hammerhead to be able to dock with a station. I'd say it's a rather important feature to not have been mentioned, but it functions just like snub docking does on the Connie P-52. You request landing, get your landing gear, get close, line the dots, and then I would just hold the landing gear button to finish off with an auto dock. Personally, bam, I think that's pretty cool. There are commodity alerts as well. This only appears for a couple of commodities at the moment, but in your journal you can see if an item is over or understocked for buying and selling in a location, thus allowing you to make some solid short-term decisions on cargo hauling to make more profit more dynamically. Really like that. We don't have Jump Town really at the moment. We don't have a particular hotspot in the game that's really worth going to. Well, what if we make it a bit more dynamic so people are all looking at this sort of like notification system for trade, and well, they'll jump to it once they see those changes, and that could actually create more dynamic hotspots when we see those trades sort of form based on more profit being available there. I'm really interested to see how this sort of like pans out. There's also now a photosensitive seizure warning when you launch the game as well. Better safe and informed than sorry. There were a slew of major bug fixes. They fixed an issue causing improper and inconsistent collisions between ground cover, such as small vegetation having collision, large rocks having no collision, and vehicles. Players should no longer experience an infinite loading screen when attempting to load into the persistent universe. Thank you. Players should no longer get stuck in an infinite load screen when using a bed logout. Assigned distance field shields should no longer allow damage penetration while the shield is at speed. Refuel and rearm services at New Babbage should now function correctly. The docked Merlin on pirate constellations should no longer be friendly and give the player a friendly fire warning during combat. Drake Buccaneer landing gear should no longer disappear when retracted and should be visible when deployed. Landing gear should now animate correctly on all freelancers. The Asperia Talon should now sit properly and not clip its nose into landing pads. Pushing a trolley onto a cargo ramp for the Constellation will no longer cause the player to speed up while going over the ramp. Players should no longer be able to take other players' medpens from their suits by interacting with them. I think that should have just been a feature. I love the idea of stealing them off people. Wallace Glim should no longer spawn away from his table, facing the wrong way and floating. Chairs in the dining area of the Reclaimer should no longer be placeholder models. The door open-close toggles on the Rock DS should now correctly close the pilot seat door. There should no longer be two exit proms in the turret seat of the Rock DS. They fixed an issue causing the Great Rock to not receive as much damage as intended when a mineable explodes near it. The vehicle barrier in the Carrack should now be able to be closed after raising it. The side turret seat with the Anvil Carrack should no longer be missing the orange highlight when interacting with them. The Hammerhead elevator should no longer collide with the landing bay at Port Olisar, causing the ship to move. The Gladius ladder door animation should now play properly and close after the ladder is stored. leaving a trolley in the doorway as it shuts should no longer clip through the floor erratically and murder players. Attempting to place food or drink in new babbage should no longer sometimes cause the player to consume it instead. They fixed an issue causing miner balls to not spawn on aerial, an issue causing some moons to have surface temperatures of 0 and apply no environmental and temperature effects to players. Localized text should no longer be present when right-clicking a party channel. Stowing a weapon and walking at the same time should no longer send the weapon back to the player's hands. The Anvil Hawk wingtips should no longer be missing Sign Distance Hood shields, and they fixed 13 client crashes, 3 server crashes, and 4 main thread deadlocks. There has been a huge amount of fixing the problems in this patch that 3.13 had. We did notice instability in that patch, and it was a bit weird in the way it sort of happened. Like, when the patch was deployed, I had a few problems with it. The next day, it was totally fine. But then in the evening, it was really, really unstable. It was a weird one. But we still have some known issues. That said, a couple of these actually appear to have already been fixed in 3.13.1, but it may be that they're still there, they just happen irregularly. The 300 series customizations made on the website don't appear in game. Some players will have missing items after the update or character reset or changing a pledge. There can be abnormally long delay times between picking up the storing of FPS minables, harvestables, and items. The client may crash when loading a second player into a Arena Commander server. Not ideal if you want to try the 1v1 duel mode. Players may not be able to quantum jump with another player on the bridge. Nameplates do not always appear to be visible on some skins and variants. Constellations or their snub ships can disappear if you fly 30 kilometers or more away from them after undocking. The Connie P-52 docking is janky. Trolleys found in Area 18 are clipping through the floor, and trolleys don't really work very well up ramps or going into elevators. Players can spawn facing the wrong way in Arena Commander. The Eclipse spawns with the cockpit canopy interactions broken, and the chat HUD is partially off screen in ultra-wide resolutions. So Alpha 3.13 is going strong, and you can expect more content to be added to this in the coming days ahead of Fleet Week. I'm expecting to see the Hercules and Nova tank in the next week or two, for example. I haven't seen anything for spawn lockers yet, and I did try to travel to the Tobin Convention Centre at New Babbage, which is where the sort of Fleet Week, part of the Fleet Week event's going to be. That's where the expo's going to be. That's where you're going to be able to rent your ships. Now, that location has a stop, and the train does stop there, but it was not loading anything in there. It was just a void into the darkness. I am interested to know what you think, though. Are you playing in 3.13.1? What are your experiences with this PTU patch? Has it fixed most of your issues? Do you still have issues that are still persisting? What about Fleet Week? Are you excited for anything that might happen during Fleet Week? Are you looking forward to being able to tour that Javelin? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Oh, what's this? I just found all your search history online. You filthy boy, buying spaceships and going on Ship Hub. Zin, show a picture of a sexy ship or something. You should have used NordVPN. It's a VPN, obviously, and it has my seal of approval because I chill for them. Use the links below to get a discount and help protect your data, identity, privacy, and to help with online accessibility. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For May, it's for a Crusader Hercules Starlifter. It's a big boy cargo and ground vehicle transport ship that you can expect to be added to the game by the end of the month. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. Thank you so much to my channel members who have pressed the join button below my videos and my Patreons as well. Going the extra mile really, really helps the channel. Say thanks for helping the channels in.
Thanks for helping the channels in.
Consider becoming a channel member or Patreon as well, and maybe you'll get some poorly photoshopped naughty spaceship shots. Oh, saucy. Thanks for watching and all your support.